Welcome back, everybody. Max here with Catrol Hunting, and welcome to the weekly junk silver update, guys. As you guys can see, we have a nice haul of junk silver coins here today. Different kind of percentages, and I think I do it all in one take today. So as you guys probably know, silver took like quite a little jump the last few days. We are finally again over the 27 US mark, and it is still a point where I think there's a lot of room for silver to go up, especially in the next few days and weeks. I think there is slowly some kind of momentum building for silver. We have the continuous huge investment demand. We have the inflation looking like to be not really controllable, at least in the US, and already being much higher than it is officially stated. So all of those things are good for gold and silver. I actually this week thought I would not be able to buy this much silver, but after I did some spring cleaning, I decided to get rid of some stuff that I just had accumulating again. I had a few boxes of copper pennies. For me, it's always the same with the copper pennies. I always attempt to actually keep them long term, but then once I have a few boxes, they just use up so much space, and I'm not such a huge fan of that. So I decided to bring them to one of the guys that I know that stack copper pennies, and he gave me 60 Canadian per box, which is 2.5 times face value almost, so that was great. That gave me a little bit more room to spend on silver, because I knew that one of my scrap metal dealers had some things that interest me, because he let me know again that he will go and actually bring everything to the refinery, so I had to be ready to buy at least the best things. For me, silver is a bit pricey to actually go all in right now and buy everything, despite me being able for picking it up without premiums most of the time. But let's see, we have 3 little bags here, or like 1 bigger bag and 2 little bags here. This is all sterling silver stuff, this is all 80% stuff, and 1 90% US quarter, because I didn't want to use an extra bag for this. And then we have a few 50%ers here. I'm gonna pour it out and then go through it with you guys and talk about the coins a little bit, and maybe talk a little bit about other stuff regarding gold and silver. Let's put this to the side that we have the focus good and start with the small bag of 50%ers. This is all British stuff, I believe. I am not so fond of buying Canadian 50% stuff, but with the British stuff, sometimes if I like it, I do buy it, even though it's not my favorite. So what we have here is basically 3 1-shilling coins. This one is a 1922. This is the first year of 50% silver in the UK. And then we have a beautiful condition 1937. That was the reason why I bought this one, because the condition is very pristine. Rarely did I see British coins here in Canada with this condition. It's a super common year, but nevertheless a nice coin. And then we have this 2 British 50%ers. This one is 1922 as well, and this one is a 1928 that I just decided to buy because they were cheap, and I got them for spot. So nothing special here, but I like to have this kind of diversity. So a small 50% bag here. Let's look at the 80% stuff. This is almost exclusively Canadian stuff with a few exceptions. Let's see what we have here. So again, we have 1 Canadian $1 coin. I was actually hoping to pick up more Canadian silver dollars today, but nobody had any, and that was pretty a rare occasion. There was a few 80% dimes and quarters, probably around $20 face value, that I decided not to buy today. I did not have the money to buy it, even though it was all without any premiums, just for spot, but in the end I decided against it. So I just took this British Columbia 1958 80% dollar, because this is my favorite design of all the Canadian silver dollars, so I always pick them up if I find them for a good price. Here we have 1 1943 Washington quarter. That's the only piece of American silver that I found today. And then we have a bunch of King George V quarters and dimes. All of those are 80%ers. All the sterling ones, as you guys know, everything that's 1920 and earlier here in Canada is actually sterling silver. But here we just have a good amount of very common Canadian dimes and quarters, but again, they are much less common than the Young Head and the King George VI coins, so I love picking those up for spot because I think those coins have a lot of room to grow and to become collectible in the future. So if I can pick those things up for spot, which is not very often, I will do that. And I'm super happy that I got, I think, a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 dimes and 3 quarters today that are all pretty in okay condition. I like to avoid the coins where you can't read the date, especially because this is for me mainly a gamble on me believing those coins being collectible in the future. So I am very willing to take and stack those and prioritize those heavily over other Canadian 80% silver coins. So 3 quarters, 9 dimes here. Oh, actually it's 10 dimes. I forgot one here. And then we have the 2 best coins of the day probably here, or some of the best coins of the day. This is both 2 Victorian 80% straight settlements coins. So this one is a 10-cent straight settlements 1881, which is a pretty good date. So this is a very nice coin. Probably the best numismatic coin in this batch of coins that I have here today, together with its little brother here, which is a 5-cent straight settlements from 1900, also with the late Victorian head on it. And those kind of things always make me super happy, because I'm very convinced that this is at least a $20 coin if I would auction it off on eBay or trade it with somebody else. And I paid roughly $1.50 for it today, or maybe I think $2. So this is an absolute steal, and the condition of this is actually pretty fine. Especially the reverse is really nice. The Victoria head is very visible. The crown is still in pretty good condition, and on the front we have, the only problem is that it looks like somebody attempted to do cufflinks or make something with it, because it looks like there's a very slight extra layer on the coin here, which is very unfortunate, because other than that the coin is in really nice shape for its age. Nevertheless, you don't find the straight settlements stuff so often overall. And this 5-cent piece here is also in pretty good condition. It's 1900, so it's a bit later, 20 years later than the 10-cent piece, but still a beautiful coin, and probably one of my favorite coins here today. But we also have this beautiful bag of sterling silver stuff, and that was, I believe, the stuff that made me the happiest, because there's some really awesome mix of some oldies and some really nice Canadian mint stuff. And this was also the bulk of this purchase. Just to let you guys know, overall I paid 336 Canadian dollars for this lot, with spot price being at $335. So we can basically call it spot. And here we have a nice bunch of Canadian stuff. And we have also some oldies here, and we also have this miscellaneous piece here that I'm going to talk about in a second. Let's talk about the oldies here first. So this one is absolutely awesome. I found one of those maybe 4 weeks ago, I would say, and it was the basically exact same coin. This is a British full crown. This was only made 3 years, so this is either an 1818, 1819, or 1820, and this is a Charles III. It's a very common coin. As you guys know, with the British coins, the old stuff is not really rare. There's a lot of it around, and especially in conditions like this is just a junk silver coin. You would probably get a little bit of a premium for this if you sell it online, but I love picking up those things for spot price, and this one was an awesome purchase. We also got a half crown today. This one is Victorian. British half crown 1891, so a late Victorian half crown, and the same with this one. The condition is slightly better. You can still read the date and see most of the stuff, but it's still pretty beat up. And again, not such a super collectible coin in this condition. It is still, in my opinion, a bit better than a scrap coin, but overall, again, don't let the age deceive you with some of those European coins. Only because they are old, that does not mean they are uncommon. It's very different to the early US coinage, for example, where a lot of that stuff from this time period is very expensive. But with the British stuff, it has to be usually in pristine condition to be highly collectible. But I'm personally a huge fan of the old coins. I prefer stacking those over bullion, over anything else, especially if I can get it for stacked, or for spot, or assuming I get it for spot, because I do not pay more than 5% over spot for my silver as a rule. So this one here I'm super happy with. I didn't have this one yet, and I am happy finding another one. And with the same badge, there was also 2 more Victorian 1 shilling pieces. I think there was actually 3 if I'm not mistaken. Now yeah, I only find those 2, and this one is an 1898 and this is an 1891. Again, here the conditions are a little bit better on those coins than on the bigger ones, but not highly rare coins or super impressive coins, but in the end they are definitely better than normal Canadian junk silver. And if you find collectors and people that are into British coins that want to trade those kinds of coins with you, those things you can squeeze a lot of value out of there. Let's finish the British coins. We also have a 1917 1 shilling coin with George V, which is also a sterling silver coin, also a very common coin. We also have a few Canadian things here. Oh, actually, this one is British too. Yes. So we have a very beat to crap British 6-pence piece. The date is hardly visible, but it's in 1877. Victorian again, but this one is crusty. This one looks like it was in the ocean for some time or something like this. But again, if you get it for weight, I only paid the silver price for it, so it makes me happy. There's a few more British things here, I believe, but they are all very beat to death. I didn't have the time yet to put all of these coins here under the microscope. Those 5, and I think there's one more here. I believe that 4 of them are British Victorian 3-pence. All of those are Victorian, that's for sure. And I'm pretty sure that we have also 1 Canadian 5-cent piece in there. And then we have this miscellaneous, really tiny coin that is kind of like the size of a, yeah, what would you call it? Maybe the size of a half dime. It is not a half dime, so I have to do some research. You can see the bust on there just a little bit, and I have a suspicion what it is. I'm pretty sure it is a Dutch coin, Dutch 5-cent coin, but I will have to check it out. I just bought it for sterling silver weight price, which was like around 50 cents, so I can't do much wrong here. And I love research like this. I think it will be enough for me with the bust to actually identify at least what type of coin it is, and maybe I even get a date out of it if I put it under the microscope. So we have those 6 miscellaneous coins, which are all sterling silver except for this most likely Dutch coin here. I like picking up oddities like this if I can get it for weight. Sometimes I can still figure out the date and stuff like this. So and in the worst case, I just have some sterling silver here. We have 1 Australian 6-pence from 1943. As you know, Australia was, in my belief, the last country that stopped making sterling silver coins. So this one is sterling silver as well. And we also have a few Canadian quarters and dimes here that are all sterling silver. 3 common year sterling 25-cent pieces, and then we have 3 sterling dimes over here. On top of that, we have one of those very common Olympic coins over here. This one is the spear throwing one, and it always looks like a scratch to me. You guys see this here? It's not a scratch. A scratch is the spear. Again, I like stacking those coins. Those are good coins to add some weight to your stack. They're super common, and they are not more expensive than the metal value. But again, I love chunky coins like this that all have the same size to stack, and I much rather buy this for spot than buying any bullion product online right now for roughly 30% over spot. So happy with this one. Let's do the miscellaneous piece next. So this is not a coin actually. So what this is, and I like oddities like this, so I bought it, and this one is actually a chunky one. This is basically what jewelry is made out of. So you buy those things in tubes like this long. There's different lengths. Sometimes there are sheets as well, and they get stamped out, which I don't think was the case with this one. And according to my scrap metal dealer, what happened here was actually a miscut. So the dealer basically tried to slice a straight piece of silver off that block of sterling silver and missliced. You can see the thickness is much less here than it is on the other side, so it's very bad cut, and probably you were not able to make the piece of jewelry out of it that you wanted to, so that's how it ended up with a scrap metal dealer. I bought this from somebody I know very well, and I still made him test this thing in front of my eyes because with those kind of items, I'm very, very, very skeptical and suspicious. I would not buy this if it's not tested in front of my eyes and if I'm not 100% sure it is what they said. So we did an acid test on this one, and it's totally legit sterling silver. Also, it's exactly half an ounce, or very, very close to half an ounce of pure silver. I think it's around 17 grams sterling, approximately. So this is just a cool oddity piece. I've seen many of the very thin sheets of sterling silver, and I don't really like that, but this is a chunky half ounce kind of thing, so I kind of found it cool and liked it, so I bought it. I might even get this engraved by a friend of mine. I know a friend who does like metal engraving, so he can like just polish it off and engrave. I would probably lose close to a gram of silver if I do that, but maybe it's worth it and I do something nice with it and make like some nice cat roll hunting logo out of it or something. We will see what I do with it. Still silver, and I also only paid $15 for it, so it was 17.4 grams sterling, so spot is roughly around 17.50, so I paid 15, which is great. And then we have some really, really nice Canadian collectible coins here. I don't know if you guys know this one, but this is the 1997 Dog sterling silver 50-cent proof set, and usually they come in a fancy box and stuff, but this one was all loose. But again, getting this kind of stuff for spot is really, really nice. I think we have a Labrador, a Husky, a Newfoundland, and I forgot what the last dog is, but those coins are super, super beautiful, shiny 9.3 grams sterling silver. Absolutely beautiful coins. Something I do not see often for spot. This kind of stuff is usually pretty collectible and they sell for premiums. I've seen those guys selling online for $15 to $20 a piece, which is basically 2 times spot. So very, very happy to pick this ones up. I already had the Labrador from somewhere else before, I realized when I bought those, but I would buy coins like this for spot all day long if I can and if I have the funds to do so. So super happy with those 4. On top of that, we got this very, very beautiful Canadian proof loonie design 1997 silver dollar. This one is also around 26 grams of sterling silver. And the mintage on this one is only around 20,000, so it's a very, very collectible coin. And these also sell for a premium, so I was really happy to pick this one up. And then we have the 2001 Ballad of Canada 50-year anniversary coin, which is also a pretty low mintage coin, but I think this is already the 3rd coin of this type that I got. Again, I paid spot for it, so you can't do much wrong, but this coin is definitely much less collectible than the other ones. The premiums are usually much, much lower. $25 coin, roughly, that's what I paid for it. I think it's around 25 grams of sterling. Nevertheless, a nice pickup, and I got a capsule for free. And then the last one is also a $15 Canada 2009 sterling silver 1 ounce Chinese zodiac coin, and this one is the Year of the Ox. Those coins are really collectible. I see those coins selling on eBay for $50, $60, $70, and sometimes even $80. They're gold plated on the front here. They have the whole Chinese zodiac over here, and it is just a nice chunky Canadian sterling silver coin. It's exactly 1 ounce fine silver, so it is, I think, 34 grams of sterling. And finding this for spot is something that never happens to me, really. This one is actually an absolute little treasure that I found, and something I hope to find more in the future. I love finding those more collectible coins. These ones are not very, very common. They have a higher mintage than something like this. I think they made around 60,000 of those coins over here, but then in the end, those coins are usually things that are gifts and that people keep and do not sell so easy and that are not vastly available. So getting this spot is a great deal, and I'm very, very happy with it. Again, I got a coin capsule for free. That's maybe something I talk about for like another minute before this video gets too long. People ask me where I store my coins and if I like capsules and stuff. And for me, the rule is I like the capsules if I get them for free, but I would never buy those capsules. I think that is one thing that many people do wrong. They spend a lot of money for storage devices for their coins, especially if they store very common coins like Maple Leafs or American Silver Eagles in those kind of capsules. you roughly pay $1 each per capsule. So you can talk about increasing the cost of your stack by 5% just for like buying those capsules. And I personally do not see any upside in this. I do not love how much more space those coins use with those capsules. And it's just something I do not personally like. I store my more collectible coins in 2x2s, and I store my regular Canadian and other junk silver coins just in tubes, and the same for any bullion products and stuff that I have. So the only way I spend money is cost efficient storage devices, because I totally believe that any storage device you buy is part of your stacking cost, and you should include it in that and not fool yourself buying stuff that is stacking related and then not adding it to your silver average. All right, guys, this video is already again 20 minutes long. I might have to figure out a better way to do this in the future so that the videos are not this long. But for now, that is everything I have to say today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video today. Let me know what your favorite coin was today. For me, it is definitely those 4 Sterling dog coins, this $1 coin. I love the Zodiac, and I love the 2 straight settlement coins. Also love this odd, weird piece of sterling silver here. Let me know what you guys think about it, and hit the like button and the subscribe button if you guys haven't subscribed yet. I would really appreciate it, and I hopefully see you guys next week with some more nice junk silver to show off. Have a good one.